Yes, team. Are you ready to spice up your match day? Welcome to Match Bingo, the most fun you'll ever have watching football, cricket, or darts. It's very simple. You'll get 15 random in-game actions like a yellow card, corner, goal, or a nutmeg. And just like the classic bingo, the first to match a full line wins. There's a prize for the first line, second line, and the almighty full house. Scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description to sign up. Deposit a minimum of £5 and you'll be boosted with a 200% deposit increase. That's right, triple your play power just like that. Each card is only £2 and this is UK only, so you know it's built for you. So whether it's football, cricket, darts, Match Bingo is a place to be. It's fun, it's interactive, and it's time to yell, let's Match Bingo. Hey, let's get it, man. The Avengers are back together today. This is the first time in ages I've seen Zabiri on screen, Savage on screen, and also Cav on screen. Oh, don't worry, Tab. I'll sort that out, man. I don't mind dropping down here. Big up to everyone locked in. There's over 100 of you guys already in the building. We ain't even started talking football yet. But first and foremost, shout out to the man them. Zabiri, you're still on mute. But big up Cav, man. I love everyone keeps saying they love that Gerrard background as well, by the way. Even in the comments after the last video me and you did. Like, oh, I love that. I'm a bit jealous that Cav has one. I said, rah. Don't be jealous.
Do you know what? It's so nice that you covered it up. I get it. Sponsors got to be on the screen. Yeah. I get it. It's fine. It was actually, how long have I had it now? It was a birthday gift from my mum actually a few years back, and it's travelled between a few houses for me now. And I've always known that I wanted a special place where I could put it. So the home office now has got it back there. And to be honest, the office got built around it, so it's a nice shirt. It's a nice frame. I need to get it repaired, but yeah, it means a lot to me. It's like I said, it's been a staple in my homes moving around. So yeah.
Nah, big up. Zabiri, the people in the chat says Zabiri actually turned the shirt around.
Nah, you don't know what shirt that is, people. Don't lie, man. Man, yo, it could be any name back there. Be any name back there.
Nah, they said you turned it around. Nah, listen, he said he would. He said he would, and he did. But maybe the next stream it might be back around and it might have Trent on it. But listen, man, we haven't had a chill zone with all of us on in a minute. I don't even know what we can even talk about. Do you want to talk about Alexander Isak again? I guess that's what we'll talk about. Hold on. First of all, big up, Sav. Hope you're blessed, bro.
What's saying, bro?
Oh, good, man. Chilling, man. Chilling. I was just saying it's great to have all of us back on stream together, man. It feels like it's been ages.
Bro, stop being soft, bro. Just allow it, innit?
No, heads. Be honest with the people, because when all four of us are available, we just choose to play clubs. And then we just talk football off stream. So look, we do a podcast this time. Can we talk? Okay, let me throw one out there. Can we talk about the kit?
Of course you can, bro. Let's go, man.
The home kit's beautiful. I love it. Honestly, I think it's so nice. I know that like it's basically Adidas and Nike that do the same thing. Everybody gets the same kind of design and
yeah,
the colours on there. And I do get that, but and I think all the Adidas kits this year have that stripe up the front of the chest. But still, I think it's a nice nod to the 2006 kit, famous Gerrard and Torres era. But it's nice, it's clean, and it's how I like my kits, to be honest with you. I don't like them overly done. I just like them simple and clean cut, and I think that home kit especially is that. And the long sleeves again. I don't know, something about, I don't know how you guys feel about long sleeves, but I used to buy them a lot back in the day. I just love long sleeve kits. I think they just look great. So I'm so pleased we've got some nice kits, because we have, I was looking back at some of like the Warrior kits and some of the Nike ones of recent times, and I was looking at them thinking, actually, most of them stink, to be honest with you.
And we've been disrespected, man, with the kits. Man.
Yeah.
They've been terrible.
Yeah, and I've really envied Arsenal over the past few years, because I think they've rocked up with some really nice kits. Yeah. So I'm pleased that we finally got some nice kits again, and actually the training gear looks all right as well, to be fair. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I agree, man. The kits we've been blessed with over the last couple of years. There's been a few bad. I did like New Balance, to be honest. They threw some good kits and some good training stuff as well, man. But yeah, man, it feels like no jokes on that, but you know when you create a pro clubs kit and you got the first basic one, they just feel like they put Liverpool badges on them. And then when you see when we were sponsored by Nike and then Spurs and Chelsea, if you see them all next to each other, you're like, oh, it's just the same kit. Like all of them are exactly the same, different color. Yeah, man, it's not the one, man. So I'm glad we got Adidas now, man. And I saw a few stuff without the AXA stuff on there, which is nice because I can't stand the AXA logo. It ruins everything, bro.
As well, isn't it? That AXA logo.
It's
3
hard.
letters, but it's so massive all the time.
Yeah, even when they put it underneath the Liverpool, the Liverbird, I'm just like, it didn't actually need to go there.
To be done, man.
Yeah, just leave Adidas, leave the Liverbird, and we're good to go, man. Just they're always trying to put it there. Well, listen, guys, let's talk about Alexander, man. Craig Hope, Newcastle Journal, that covers most of the Newcastle stuff, has now said that Newcastle have now opened the doors to Liverpool to now negotiate again with him because they're getting closer with the Wissa stuff and the Benjamin Sesko stuff as well. So, and then obviously with the other guys, I think it was Mail Sport, they were saying, yep, they're Liverpool already in another bid to come in as well. So that's within the last hour. And then with the indie guy, the guys that on YouTube and on Twitter that everyone loves, I love the we've been told. The we've been told is Newcastle told Alexander Isak to hold tight. He will get his move to Liverpool. But they have to wait until they at least get one of the strikers in the building before they go. Obviously, me and Zbir had a great show yesterday. We've spoken quite a bit as well, Sav, about it. But obviously, it's new news now, isn't it? So we got to kind of cover it. Cav, don't really think we've had your kind of say on it as well. See where your head is at with it. But in the last hour or so, it's changed now. It's about he's definitely coming based on what they're saying.
I think to be fair, Liverpool obviously want the player. I think Newcastle, for as much as they're trying to play a bit of hardball, I think they're resigned to the fact that he probably will go to Liverpool as well. Each club just needs to make it work for them, and for Newcastle, that's going to be getting a replacement. So it needs a few dominoes to fall for the final piece to be Isak moving to Liverpool. But I do think it will happen, to be honest. I think now Newcastle are pushing a bit harder for Sesko, it seems, and I think have kind of accepted that they need to do something there. The sort of money that they're sort of rumored to be spending on or offering for Sesko as well sort of implies that they're expecting to get some money in as well, which would probably be from the Isak sale. So I think it's a matter of time. It's a shame that it's took so long because it does mean if Isak comes in, he's going to miss most of the pre-season. And that means he's probably not going to start for us come start of the season. But that'll only provide an opportunity for Ekitike, I suppose, to get his sort of game time and see how he gets on. I said it before, I don't think he's a £120 million player, but considering we need a striker and there's not really much else out there, I kind of just accept the fact that that's what it is. So yeah, I think a lot of games going on, a lot of deals trying to happen, but I think all roads lead to sort of Isak eventually joining Liverpool. So yeah, I think it's more a matter of when rather than if. I just hope that there's been no real talk about Liverpool having like another option. So if the Isak deal doesn't happen, which is still a possibility, where are they left? I know they've got Ekitike in, but it feels like the writing's always been on the wall for Núñez to move on, and that would just obviously leave us now. Diaz is gone, just Ekitike as a main striker. So we need to just make sure that in a couple of weeks' time when we start the season, that either we've got Isak in the door or we've come up with another solution, because I think there is a risk that we go into the season, Núñez moves on, Diaz has moved on, and we've just got Ekitike up front. And as good as I'm sure he is, I think you need another player in there. Now, it was Diaz last season doing a good audition for a centre forward, to be fair to it, but he's now not there. So I know Gakpo's done it in the past, but it's not really how we want to go into the season from the position we're currently in. So I'm just surprised to see that Liverpool haven't there's not been more rumours around another striker, but maybe all their eggs are in the Isak basket. And to be fair, that's not unlike Liverpool, because when they identify a player that they really want, we've seen before that they'll home in. They're narrow-minded, tunnel visioned on that player, and they'll put the money up, which it looks like they are trying to do in this case. So yeah, I think it's more of a when than if. And Jesus, it's getting to the stage for me now. I'm not sure how you guys feel, where it's just like, I know it's business, but can we just move on from this conversation now, because it's taking the excitement out of it a little bit, you know.
But you made 2 points, and one of the point was in terms of him not joining the preseason. So what does that look like for him as well? Obviously, the point about, you know, in terms of the finance side of it, is he really worth that kind of money? But yeah, the preseason stuff. When will he come in? When will he embed in with the squad? Does it mean Ekitike is the one who starts? Does it mean he's going to take him a bit longer to get up to speed with the team? So that means we won't see him. But then he can't be the talisman. Well, if you're going to spend that type of money, you're looking at him as your talisman or one of your talisman in the team. So when will he kind of get into the team and actually start playing? But yeah, that's what I find interesting, how long it's taken. And then the other point you made as well, you know, why have we not been linked with any other, like, we've kind of put all of our eggs in one basket. If we don't get him, like, what does that mean? Like, where do we stand then? Do we go for another attacker, but it's not a striker? Could it be a winger? Like, where do we then go? Because I think anything below Isak from a striker position, like in terms of that deal, unless it's Rodrigo, I think people would be like, that's kind of dead, innit? It's not really that great, really, especially like losing Diaz as well. So that, let's see, man. Let's see.
And there is always the chance that Liverpool, if they don't get Isak and they don't really see any other striker out there that they want to bring in, it might be that they just keep hold of Núñez. You know, they still hold the cards with that. They still decide what happens with that, because he's our player. But yeah, we don't want to end this summer and start the season with Ekitike and Núñez, to be honest with you. Not from where we currently are. You know, the NUNEZ project is sailed. I think it's clear that he's not a favourite of Slots, and we also know that we need another striker to support Ekitike. So there is still an element of risk how this might unfold, but we just got to hope. And to be honest, I believe enough in our club and the people that make these decisions to make sure that we come out of it, you know, on the right side.
What do you then think, Sav and Zabiri, like different type of question instead of what we think about what's kind of going on? One of the points Gav made in terms of why have we not gone for anyone else, other strikers? Are you if we don't go for another striker, are we cool? I think 2 questions there. Are we kind of cool with what we have if we don't go and get another striker? Or do you think there's someone else out there we should definitely consider getting if this doesn't go through? Worst case scenario.
I don't think they have another target. I think it's just opportunist thing with Isak, so they went all in on it. I don't think they have another striking target at all, to be honest. Winger, maybe. But I think they'll be fine going into the season. I don't think the way our teams run, they're not really on this, like, if this don't work, let's go get this sorted, unless they've already identified something already. And looking at what's already out there, the longer they leave it as well, other clubs are going to want more money because it's getting closer to the start of the season and you've messed up their plans as well. Not to mention, to keep throwing more money at Isak, the other clubs know that now. So if Isak falls through, their money's going up for their player big time. So I know it's a bit of a weird way to look at stuff, because obviously it's not the way I would want to, but based on how we was last season, and both strikers doing nothing pretty much for most of the season, having just Ekitike there makes a massive difference. So I don't think they'll worry. I think there's enough creativity around the pitch. I think we always score a lot of goals. I think we're the top goal scorers last season with our strikers both not getting over like 5 goals. So I actually think they'll be fine. Not what I want, but I think they'll be fine, bro. I don't see any other striker being identified. And to your point, if it's anything lower than Isak, everything's lower than Isak from now. There's nothing left. All the other strikers have gone to the clubs now. So yeah, it's just one of those ones. Just get on with it.
Do you not feel though, Sav, like last season, Diaz did a good job up front, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, he did do a good job. And even though he didn't get a record amount of goals and assists, he was always involved in play, you know, and always, you know, whether it's pre-assist or just getting the team up and running or dropping deep or doing something up there to sort of make, to up the tempo a little bit that then led to goals. Mm-hmm. He did well up there. We had Jota for part of the season. And we also had NUNEZ chip in as well, and it got, you know, the goals and the contributions got spread across a few players. But you don't have Jota now, you don't have Diaz now. you're left with Núñez, and we've already seen in the preseason how he can still miss them chances.
Yeah.
If we don't sign anybody, I know we have got Ekitike, but I think we're probably worse off. You know,
we're worse off because Diaz has gone, because these idiots sold him. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I know we got Verts. I do know we got Verts, but
no, I'm with you, man. Because I'm not expecting
feed somebody, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'm not expecting Verts to get a lot of goals. So yeah, you are right. I think Ekitike scores more goals than Darwin Núñez did last season, but still they've let Diaz's goals go. So then you're asking Gakpo to do what Salah's doing on the other side of the pitch, I guess, if they're going through that route. I don't know what it is, man. It's probably just I'm so relaxed about it. I'm not that fussed about it because Isak, for how much you would want this player at the club, it was never in my plans because I just didn't think Liverpool had it in them to even attempt to get Isak. Never mind Newcastle letting him go, and off the back of signing Vert, and then off the back of signing Ekitike, I'm like, I never thought they'd spend the Vert money, never mind the money after that, and then again. So maybe I've just resided to the fact that I didn't think this was going to happen anyway. So it's a plus for me, which sounds crazy, it's like, but I'm with you. The market's obviously dictated how much it's worth. But like, I could see Liverpool being able to spend that money wisely around the pitch and not miss anything out. I think we'll be fine with goals, but I think there's other parts of the pitch you could have spent that money and tightened up. And now you've let Diaz go. I don't know. If you ask me, man, I'd probably. This sounds fucked up, yeah, because I like Isak, and actually I think he's cold. But if Rodrigo's available and Mateta, I'll take them two over Isak, bro. Because I don't really like this, unless he's going to use Rio, which is a plus. If he does that, then I'm there in it. But yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Zabiri?
No, I'm with Savage. I was gonna disagree, but then his last statement really pulled it back 100% agreement. It's Gakpo and Rio for me on the left. I'm not looking at what most people are looking at, like, oh, it's too young, he needs a loan. I didn't see Lamine Yamal went on a loan, so you know what I mean. If you're ready, you're ready. If you're not, you're just not. So Gakpo and Rio for me. If you have a quarrels with that, then clearly you don't rate Rio, fam. And I think it'll be dope, man. I think it's a good dynamic. Rio looks more direct, kind of like how Diaz would. And listen, man, I'm not disrespecting Diaz, but his numbers weren't that great, man. You know what I mean? And just call it a spade a spade. You want to talk about he was injured, not injured, kidnapping, not kidnapping. His numbers weren't prolific. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it did go up by 13%. But when you scale that 13%, it's like 1 and 2 based on the numbers. So it wasn't that great. So it's a good sell for that. The Isak thing, I told you, man, already, man. When we signed Frimpong, my window was 10 out of 10. So whether we get Isak or not, I'm not really fussed. Going into the season with NUNEZ, still not really fussed, man. We just won a Premier League with NUNEZ in the team. Man can say what you want. He missed chances. The games look dry. Oh, I want my striker to be scored more. What's more important, your striker scoring or lifting a trophy? Like, we need to really pull this thing back in. You know what I'm saying? Man saying we need a defender, a winger, and a striker. Like, bro, we just need to win the Premier League. How we win it is 100% irrelevant. I think the only position we need to go for is a center back because we sold Kwanzaa. Outside of that, we're good in every position. Chiesa is here. Listen, if the players are here, they're here, man. Whether you rate them or not rate them, they're here. They got the shirt. I'm just waiting for the real number to be announced, bro, to be honest, because I'm copying that. I don't care if it's 66, 69, I'm copying that, bro. So that's just what I'm waiting for. With the Isak thing, I think it's just a package we put together for him. I think the way we're putting the package together, you know, sometimes we'll be like, yo, 30 mil down, and then you get 20 mil for the next 3 years or something like that. I think the package we're trying to go is probably leaving room for, if we have to go get a defender, we can still put a strong package together. So I think that's just the options that weighing up, because there's nowhere we're starting a season without another center back, man. And I think it's just reconfiguring it, like I was telling Enz yesterday with the words deal. You know what I mean? I think we put a 116 package. They wanted 130, and then they ended up with like I just think it's a down payment, man. I don't think Newcastle like the down payment on the package. I wouldn't mind a swap for NUNEZ as well if that's available, but I don't think Newcastle is interested in that. So it's just a matter of both of them finding a solution that suits both of them. I can see Liverpool pulling away. because
Yeah.
Newcastle have him under contract for 3 years. What is he going to do? Kick up a fuss?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think Newcastle is finished without him anyway. So whether he's there not performing and miserable or they sell him, I don't think Newcastle move forward without him. Even his replacement, I can't see his replacement coming in and holding Newcastle to Champions League. Like Newcastle actually needed him and an Ekitike to make that push. I'm looking at their squad, bro. It ain't really that great, man. Elanga and Murphy, all right, maybe you can do something with that. You know, Gordon and Bonds, okay, but no one's really terrified of that. It's just the midfield. And I can see them man jumping ship soon. So the Newcastle project, man, it's really up in the air. If I was Newcastle, I'll hold him hostage for at least another year or two before I ship him out. But by then he's what, 29, 30. Yeah, so I don't think Liverpool's gonna really push it. I mean, it's in our court. As far as like even a Rodrigo thing, I love a player like that, but I don't know, man. I don't think he fits Slot's profile. As far as like having the legs to go up and down the pitch, he has the legs to go up, but I don't know. I can't see Rodrigo on the left back there. You know what I'm saying? Dueling it out and holding it tight. Like Slot really requires like people to run, and I think that's why I went for like a Frimpong. Like he needs that back and forth.
Yeah, but he's got that from Kirkus.
Yeah, so
because Salah doesn't do that, and I'm not saying you're wrong, but the running that he required was because he didn't change much of what Klopp did.
So, do you think Rodrigo's that type of guy
to do the defensive side of the job?
Yeah,
a bit more than Salah, but not. I mean, we overrate Diaz's defensive work sometimes.
No. I'm not even putting it to them. I'm just asking about Rodrigo.
No, it's very similar to what Diaz does, to be honest, bro.
No, okay.
Yeah. But I think. I'm not saying that you're wrong either. I'm just saying that because you said you're not sure if it's what Slot wants to do, but I don't think Slot changed what Klopp was doing with Diaz in terms of on that wing. So I feel like once he gets his team, he's probably going to do what he wants and let the fullback do all the running. That's what it seems like to me. But you are correct. If he carries on playing, and to be fair, in pre-season we've seen that one of the games he played exactly the same. If he carries on with that, then you're right. That isn't the kind of Rodrigo's not there to be tracking back constantly, bro. He does more than Vinny and Mbappe, but he's not there to be finding him at left back. And that's not what so,
Can I ask you then, Sam? What would Rodrigo be like in terms of like his front foot defending, like pressing and things like that?
His pressing's really good. He's a bit similar to like Kvaratskhelia with that type of pressing. It's very good.
Okay.
It's intense sometimes. Like who's good in our team? Jota was pretty good at pressing. That kind of pressing, but it's very much on the front foot. He's a bit more direct than Diaz, but I think Diaz's directness got put to a halt from instructions. It's a lot of hold up play in it. Like we know that Diaz really doesn't want to play. I mean, I've seen the one game for Bayern Munich already, bro, and he ain't trying to do that hold up play already. So I think Rodrigo fit the slot perfectly, but again, Gakpo's not going anywhere, and I'm quite happy to. I mean, I've been saying I'm quite happy to start with Rio and not waste any money. To be honest, bro. So I'm here for that still. And then if Rodrigo, I think Rodrigo will end up staying at Real Madrid, and then who knows, man? If it doesn't work out, then next season he's going to be cheaper and try again.
I think the reason I asked that, Sam, is because it's really important that every team tracks back, right?
Yeah,
because it's football. There's transitions. You'll be trying to attack at 1 minute and then the ball gets turned over and teams break on you. So you do need to track back. That's obvious. But Liverpool spent so much time with the ball, and we push so high up, and we leave our two centre backs exposed, defending just as a two, and when the opposition get the ball, it does depend who we're playing. Obviously, in Champions League this will change, but most of the time in the Premier League, opposition gets the ball and they're booting it forward in panic, or they're thinking, let's just keep it. We're not trying to move up the pitch. Let's just keep it for a second. So how many times are we really getting counted on to the extent that we now it's a must that our forwards track back? Because to be honest, we trust our centre backs so much, we leave them anyway. And we've just signed two fullbacks that we believe are up and down. They're probably the new engines of the team. To cover forward positions and also track back to help the two centre backs that have been left. So it might not be so important, and it remains to be seen if we change a little in our tactics next season with regards to how slow we are at build up at times, and our press, it weren't great this season.
No, it wasn't.
But is there going to be more of a focus to improve it so that actually we bring the ball back earlier and be more reminiscent of a Klopp side? Because if that is the case, you're defending on the front foot a bit more. And so I know we got broken on and in pre-season already, but pre-season, I think when this team's fully up and running, I think we're going to have so much of the ball, and we're going to have fullbacks that cover the pitch up and down. You're going to have midfielders where McAllister's, because of his lack of pace, he's always going to be there or thereabouts in the middle of the park to try and break down the opposition's breaking on us there. Gravenberch, we've seen, can do a job as well. So Bozolai's still in the side, he'll cover. How much do you really need your left winger as well as your right winger to be coming back as well? I don't know if it's enough to warrant focusing on so much for us.
I do agree with you, because it does feel like when we analyse our own team and we talk about the Premier stuff, we always speak about our team as if we're like the other teams in the Premier, but we're one of the better teams who have the ball more often than not. By that, because if we talk about Man City, we never talk about could Grealish and Doku get back. We never mention it. Can Savinho get back? We never. But with Liverpool, we're always thinking about that. I think the fact that Salah made a point of saying, he said, I don't have to track back. Everyone all of a sudden started thinking, no, it's just that there's going to be the odd game where this geezer needs your help. But that's just for everyone. Because we said about Diaz, but we never mentioned Gakpo when it comes to defending. But he's the same left winger. So I do think you are right. And I think if you focus on that side of the game, you're definitely missing out on a top player if that's the reason. I'm sure Slot and the coaching staff, they're smarter than that to know, like, we're not getting you for that reason, for Taye to do these things. So I agree.
And to aid the point, one thing I'd like to see from us next season is, when we've got the ball that we're playing out from the back and whatnot, I'd like to see us move it quicker. I'd like us to take less touches. I'd like us to be a bit more 1-2 with our passing. When you just get the stopwatch out and you couldn't hold it for longer than 2 seconds. A bit of that. And I want us to have players that are so comfortable on the ball and can beat a man, then actually we're not losing it as much and it's not slow as much. Because what was happening last season is the reason teams were breaking on us was because they're already set, ready to break. It's like we'll wait for Liverpool to just give a loose pass and then we're bombing on. I want us to become a team that them loose passes don't happen as much. The pace is so quick, the opposition can't get set because they're constantly moving, body weight's moving, constantly tracking that man, running into each other, if you like, And I need our play to be so much cleaner, crisper, and quicker that teams aren't just sat back prepared, ready to break, because they've got too much else that they're trying to track and focus on. And that's just got to be the evolution of a Slot side. It's got to be his tactics, but much quicker, and much more, I won't say varied, because we've seen that he's got a variety in his tactics, but tempo, much more tempo. And I hope that's what the likes of Florian Wirtz sort of brings to us and stuff now. And if we can do that, then we're not going to get broken on as much. We're not going to see them loose passes into midfield as much. So we're not going to give those players, the opposition, the opportunity to pick up them loose passes and break on us, because if you're doing that, it don't matter what forwards you've got to track back, they're not there.
No.
I think at times last season you'd be watching games, especially in the first half, and you'd see Virgil pass the ball out to Robert. Well, Robert's only left-footed, so unless it's going onto his left foot, he's coming backwards. It's going to Kanate. It's maybe going forward, but it's coming back again, and it's going side to side, side to side. And the opposition are just thinking, this is comfortable. I'll just wait for them to at some point cross the ball into the box, or I'll just wait for them to do a loose pass in midfield, and then I'll grab it and I'll break. And that's what we need to cut out. We need to improve in that respect. And if we can do that, not only will we be better offensively, but it probably lessens the importance of our forwards tracking back, because there's not those situations being created where they're thinking, geez, we've just given the ball away in midfield, I've got to go back and help them. No, just don't give the ball away in the first instance. Be better.
You're a great point.
When we look at McAllister, Gravenberch, Florian Wirtz, they shouldn't ever be losing the ball in midfield. Look at the ability of these guys. Look at how they want to play football. There shouldn't be a loose pass. That shouldn't exist. The only loose passes that should ever happen is when you're trying stuff in and around the 18-yard box. But in which case, you've got most of your team behind you anyway. That it's not important for your forwards to track back, because you've probably got your fullbacks doing that, your defenders behind you, and at least 1 or 2 midfielders behind you as well. So then it's not important that your forwards track back, and it's not important an attribute to really focus on if you're going to sign a player or not. So I think as long as we get better at doing the things that we aim to do, I think this conversation about, oh, this forward's not got this and not got that, it pales into significance, to be honest.
That's a great point, man. We don't take care of the ball enough, man. The only time we ever look like we're taking care of the ball is when the other team sits back, which is not really taking care of the ball. You've just got possession for possession's sake. But you are right. They don't look, for the ability they've all got, they don't look like they're comfortable just bopping the ball around, in it, just one touch, bopping it, which is because I remember last week you spoke and you was praising Arsenal with. I think they're better at passing than us, bro.
They are, yeah.
Smooth, like Partey, Odegaard. It doesn't matter who it's to, and I don't really like that where you do that. Ours is kind of like pass, pedestrian, standstill, long ball. Just randomly out of nowhere. Or we'll do something really good, get to the edge of the box, and then stop, and then let the other team get back and go, oh, well, yeah, let's just recycle it back to Virgil.
Nah, do you know what? Yeah, it's a great point, because that's one of the things I hate the most, when we wait for the team to set. I can see all of their players tracking back, and I see the guy on the ball, and he's like, oh, I'll just skip around these guys and let them all run back into shape. Then I'll face them all up. I'm like, but you could have just played that forward to the next guy and they would have been chasing the game. Then there's so much more space. But now you've reset. They've got back in their shape. And exactly what Cav was saying, these guys are just waiting to just pounce and go at us, which is, we need to change that.
We got more front-thinking players now, because I don't think Frimpong doesn't have that in his game to be waiting around, bro. He's bopping the ball and it's gone, bro.
Yeah.
Like, send me that back instantly, bro. So I think that might help. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this is partly, just to add, partly why it's important to me that we sign a striker and it be Isak, because my worry is that we spoke this time last year about Slot and what he can do with this team, and for the most part last season he kind of stuck with what Klopp was doing and tweaked a few things, and at half time when the game weren't going as he wanted it to, he made changes, and that was great. This season's going to be different, in my opinion. This season is a Slot side. This is Slot's tactics. This is Slot's 1001 ideas. And it's about homing in on what you're actually wanting to do as plan A. And my concern would be, and I hope this isn't the case, that we don't get a striker. Ekitike doesn't particularly fit straight away, but now we've got fullbacks that are different. We've got Florian Wirtz that's different. And actually, there's too many options available to what he can do. And we start jumping around. We start jumping around with our ideas, with our patterns of play. We're trying too many different things. And we never really land on, this is the Liverpool way this season. This is how Liverpool, when they go out to play teams, this is the pattern of play. This is the areas we try and expose. This is the players that we try and get into particular areas. And yes, 1 or 2 things aren't working, but we're trying to stick to this plan and what this plan's going to do. And my fear is, without having a striker, a spearhead in the team that's really working, that we start to look elsewhere. And it ends up being things like, oh, let's put Florian in a false 9. Let's bring Gakpo as a centre forward now. Let's try Rio because he's a maverick and we need to just create something in this game. And that's my worry. Yes, Frimpong is playing and he's up and down the pitch, but he's too high up at times. And this is the thing that we all loved at this point last season, was we love our squad. Someone's going to come in, fresh pair of eyes, and it's going to be amazing. And it was, to an extent. This season is a case of we need a development on that and not a retraction, whereby we've got all these players, a brilliant 25-man squad, but a lot of them are new and they've got to gel. And whilst they're gelling, we're just trying 1,000 different things because Slot's got all these ideas in his head and he's already got the praise of winning the Premier League. So now his ego's a bit high. He feels like he can try things more, he can get more established, And that's my concern, is that we overthink all of what we're doing next season. And I do think that if we got Isak in as a spearhead to the team, that we leave him there, we leave Salah on the right, and we just adjust the bits behind, and you've got them pillars in the side.
Yeah, you don't spend nearly 400 mil to not have designated players in designated spots. Yeah, carry on, Zabir.
No, I think, Kev, you're the one, or you're the only one that's overthinking it, bro. Bro, we've left NUNEZ up there and won the league. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Our football was trash.
no, but did you care when we win the trophy?
There was periods where I thought, if we're being honest, I think if Arsenal didn't have the injuries they did last season, we would have had a really tough run into that.
Yeah, no, and to be fair to you, but it's like the way you're making it seem, it's like we just need that one guy to hang it on, and I don't think that's the case, man. Like I can honestly see in Words putting up some numbers. McAllister, depending on where he plays and how he starts, putting up numbers as well. Like the goals are going to be more spread out, man. I don't think it's going to be all my strikers getting 30. If he's clinical, he can get 30 because we create chances in the game. And that's for me, like, I think you're just overcooking it, man. Because we do create chances, you know.
Let me ask you it this way. Season starts in 2 weeks' time. You tell me 5 things that you know a slot side is definitely going to do.
Create 10 chances per game.
Unnegotiables. What is the slot unnegotiables in tactics?
As far as tactics, no, I can't talk about his tactics. This is the first time we're seeing his team. Like, people try to criticize him on the way he run the team last season. In my opinion, he didn't sign anyone outside of Chiesa. So the team he's inherited is a team where the previous manager only runs certain players. And we all know from the eye test, the rest of them ain't really trusted. So when a new manager comes in and pick that team up, why would you expect a lot of rotation if the previous manager didn't build it for a lot of rotation? So we can't then say Slot doesn't like rotation. All we can say is that's the team he had, and he won it with that. So, so now Slot's added a bunch of players. A few of them moved out. We already seen from day one he didn't trust Kwanzaa, who's the first person to get sold. So what he's doing now is this is where we can measure him and say, okay, so that's what he's about. You see what I'm trying to say? So I'm not going to say he doesn't like to rotate, or the only thing I worry about is the team he's building. He falls into the pocket of he's going to come good, because Klopp had that with some man that wasn't on form, stinking up the place, and Klopp is like, oh, I'll just play him into form. And playing him to form was costing us games, costing us points. That's the only thing I worry about, because we signed a lot of players. I don't see all of them hitting the ground running. I just don't want us to be playing them. Let's say Ekitike is worse than Nunez or Andy Carroll. Just for argument's sake. Would you want to see him in there 10 games and we're just like, yo, that's the only thing. I'm not trying to like put that on him. I'm just saying the amount of players we sign, I can't see all of them hitting the ground running.
You don't need to worry about that. He didn't do that last season. Once he realized that Núñez was cutting it, he tried Jota got injured.
And I mean, he put Diaz in there. But what I'm trying to say is, when you sign your guy, you're more lenient to let your guy right through than the guy you inherited. You see what I'm trying to say?
Not if you based it around Andy Carroll and
well, that was kind of.
I know that was the extreme, but if you do that, Arsenal fans would crash out if you did that. Like, yo, what are you doing, bro? Come on.
I will say that is Cav really overthinking it? If you're saying that you don't know how he's going to play because that last season,
but none of us knows. We've never.
Oh, so that means Cav's not overthinking it then, because he doesn't know. So that's what you would do if you don't know, you're going to overthink. If you've got experience and know, then I wouldn't need to overthink. So now he's just got new players in, and we're expecting a new style from Slot. Not that boring shit he's playing last season. Yeah, it won us the league.
Actually, I'd rather take the boring stuff, to be fair. Even with
the games where you was leaving at halftime and falling asleep, blood, I hear
it. like I was telling Quasi yesterday, I would see who we're playing, and I would definitely go, I'm not watching that game. I trust the man them. I wake up, it's 4-0 Liverpool. I'm like, see, trust
the thing is, like, I do understand the part where it's like, oh, Liverpool, you do your job, and you don't need to worry about the rest of them. If I'm being like naive and just got red tinted glasses on, I can say that. But I do know there was context to last season. I'm fine with it though, because the history books don't care about it. But when we're having a proper conversation, I saw what happened with Arsenal. And if that happened with us, I would be probably not excuses, but I would be using the same stuff they were using. Not to the extent, but I'd be like, yeah, my best Saka's their Salah, and he was injured for time, bro. Odegaard was out for time, bro. They didn't have a striker for time, bro. Murray. The defense, that's like Gravenberch being up front. They had Moreno up front. You know what I mean? Man City fell off a cliff. So even if we do our own job, I do have to still take into account of the possibility. It's not certain, but on experience, most clubs don't fall off and then stay off, and then the other clubs just run away with it the next season again. And then I think, okay, did we have a sticking point in the season where we weren't good? We did. The only problem was, well, the good thing for us is every time we drop points, Arsenal drop points on the same day.
Yeah.
That doesn't normally happen. The team who's in the second place doesn't keep dropping points all the time. We're so used to having that where we drop points and Man City win, and then we drop points again and Man City win. That happens again. We can't be going to the IB for 10 games left this time. I do get your point. You make a valid point, honestly. But I do get like, I don't think Cav's overthinking, because it's like, if we don't know and you're expecting him to change and move away from what Klopp was doing, because now you've got your own players, then I don't know what he's going to do.
I just, if I look at Arsenal, I know what I'm going to see in an Arsenal game. It's going to be the right back always plays the ball in field to the forward, so Saka runs onto it on his left foot. When it was Partey, he would always break up play, but it would always be move the ball into space wherever that space is, and then the pass comes, and that's why he was so press resistant. The left back tucks into midfield to overload. The left winger has a bit more freedom to do what they want. Saka will always pick up the ball wide right, and then Odegaard will always drop into the almost on the halfway line pockets where he can overload on the left and right hand side to feed the ball in and link play. There's fundamentals in that side that will retain. They have Gyökeres in there now, and I imagine the instruction to him will, for the most part, be just occupy the 18-yard box centrally, because we do everything else everywhere else. You just need to be on point with regards to your movement in the box. Yes, you've got to link play and do more in the game, of course you have, but your primary objectives is to be on the end of it, the spearhead, the pinpoint, right? So I kind of think I know what I'm going to see from Arsenal next season. When it comes to Liverpool, I wouldn't know, because we've not seen enough of Slot yet, okay? And there was loads of ideas thrown around last season, and luckily for us it worked. But also, you're not going to know because there's new players in the side. And my only thing with it is, if you don't sign a striker and you go into next season with NUNEZ and Ekitike, for me, there's a void in that area of the pitch that I don't want our coach, who's a tactical coach, who is a very, from what we've seen, someone that's got loads of ideas, willing to change things. He tries to fill that void of a striker with 1,000 different ideas, and we have no identity. And we end up seeing what we've seen last season, where it's slow pedestrian football, where you're like, we look like we don't know how to score a goal here. And luckily for us, the ability of the players comes through at some point, usually in the second half, and we create moments where we get through, and that's great. But that can't be what we see next season, because we're trying to evolve. We're trying to be a team that retains the title, and we've got to anticipate that Man City are going to get it right, and that Arsenal aren't going to have the injuries again. Because if those two things do happen, we won't retain our title. We just won't. What do we get? 84 points, 85 points?
Yeah,
I don't know if that wins you a league next season with how Arsenal and Man City are going to evolve. Plus, surely our objectives now, I mean, my objective going into next season is the Prem plus. I want to be in the Champions League final.
Yeah.
So,
I know.
So,
it's in the trophy, bro.
Obviously. So I look at all the quality that we've got, and I'm setting the bar here. But I'm also like, do you know what? There's a key area of this pitch where I'm just, if we don't sign a player, but everything else, Slot knows what he's doing, cool, no problem at all. Run with Ekitike and run with NUNEZ. I'm just from what I think I know of Slot, my worry is, and it's only a worry, he overthinks how he's going to make this team score goals, and he starts doing things like I say, Florian Wirtz false nine, move Salah centrally, move Gakpo centrally. Let's have Frimpong now as the right winger, and it becomes too much, because we ain't got Klopp where it's like run the same players, energy, we'll work it out. He will have ideas. He'll be the guy game by game, half time, fucking tactics out, do this, and it just becomes a mess.
The pattern to play, what you said about Arsenal is the main, like, because on this panel, I've been just like truthfully, what pattern to play it's what Cav just has to be like. What pattern to play can you like tell me what Liverpool have? And I'm not talking about the things that one individual does over and over again, because then you could say Gakpo's going to cut in, he's going to cross it to the back post, or he's going to shoot. Salah's going to cut in, he's going to cross to the back post, or he's going to shoot. I'm not about that. I'm not about Virgil's going to pass along. What patterns of play between players do we ever have?
So you're right. I don't think that we've seen any so far in pre-season, but I'm only gonna
not pre-season, last season.
No, last season. But then I'll go back.
I know the pattern I played last season.
More Klopp's team, and the gaffer said I just tweak a little bit and then let it carry on. This season's where I'm more looking for those patterns. That's where I'm looking for him to put his own mark, his own stamp on the team. But obviously, he's got so many new players in there. We haven't had the moment yet where they can actually do. We played games, obviously, so you'd hope to see that, but not everyone was fit. Maybe the starting 11, maybe in his head, he wants to go with weren't all together yet. McAllister has only come back. Maybe he's a part of what he wants to do. So I'm looking at is it tomorrow we play, right? So I think I'm looking at that tomorrow's game to go, right, can you now show me, because we got a fit squad. I don't think I've heard any injuries. Got a fully fit squad. Can I now see patterns now? Can I look for the patterns that you've now put into the team as your own mark, as your own stamp? Not going off a Klopp's team and going, yeah, I didn't really have to change much because, you know, the guys know how to win. I'll just tweak it a little bit. But the little bit you didn't really see. So it might be like training, might be like little specific, little minute things that we didn't get to see really. But he obviously must have changed something because the players have spoken about it. But I'm looking for that now as a fan. I want to see that on the pitch now. I want to see, all right, every time McAllister gets the ball, is he going to someone all the time because that's what we're going to do to create space on another other side of the pitch? Is he always going to get it and give it to Florian Wirtz? Is he always going to give it to the winger, and then that creates the, you know, Florian Wirtz to be free in the pocket? Then those are the things I'll be looking for. But I don't know when we'll see it, to be honest. I haven't seen it yet.
I think one of his tactics was leaving the wingers so wide. They're either going to always be free or it's stretch the defense. And by stretching the defense, when they press, that leaves room to drive through the middle, because we'll always get change driving through the middle. And that's how it was breaking the press. And then once we drive through the middle, players out wide are always free. So I think I didn't really see that much under Klopp. I don't want to knock it down to the players didn't have that ability, but that was definitely something I saw Slot was doing. Just leaving them so wide. It's not like the underlap, because I hate when the fullbacks are inside, but the wingers were so wide, driving through the middle, that's the channel for the fullbacks to run into. And there's always that underlap. It's like we underlap more than we overlap. And because the space was just always there, because you can't leave the wingers free, because then that's just a pass out there for them freely. They're always going to have that fullback on the inside, playing through the middle.
That's true.
So that was the actual tactics. And I was just looking at it and I was going, didn't Klopp try that one season where Salah was just hugging a touchline?
No, it was only for a couple of games, and it was
and we all looked at it and goes, we don't like this.
It was fine because Núñez couldn't finish.
It was like, wow.
But you are right. That is the one pattern, and that's what he was doing at final as well. But the reason why it didn't look good last season when we did the underlap is because, well, the underlap ends up with Robbo in the 10. It's pointless. Like, why would you be there?
That's that first preseason game.
I was gonna tell you that the fullback inside has to be a fullback like an Estupiñán that can rush on target. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't know if Perkins has that.
Like a Varvadol and that. If he's in that
spot, a Gavadia.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not even dissing the people because like that's not their game, innit? So it's him, and then obviously it would have been Trent, and then Bradley, and then Bradley's still doing that now, the underlap. But now we've just got Frimpong. I'm like, I don't like it. Don't do that with these two, bro. They don't. The underlap is not needed with Frimpong. Let him do the overlap, bro. That's his.
But Bradley got the underlap. Though.
As soon as he did it in the game, he started causing problems. The overlap instantly.
Yeah.
Because Salah always cuts in. So imagine trying to do an underlap with Salah, who's cutting in the same position, bro. And there's got two men in the spot. Then Sabazla's just like, you know what? I'll just step back. I don't want to.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy, Savage? Bradley does the underlap and run past Salah just to pull the guy out. Salah run into a shin.
Yep.
The right wing is open. that wing on the counter is now open.
And you know the worry
I just love it. I just love it because clearly that's what Spirit's been saying in this
That's where you got it from, bro. That's where you picked up the skills from for Pro Club, bro.
You said if it's good enough for salary, it's good enough for me.
Yeah, just so you might know, you see when we're discussing Slack tactics, I was the only one that brought up the tactics IQ. You see what I'm trying to say? Don't worry about my Pro Clubs guy. I'm building them up. I'm building up the Pro Clubs guy, man.
The only issue I do have, I don't know if we're with Frimpong yet, but it's probably going to be the same thing. I saw it already with Bradley in the game. And it's not always his fault. Sometimes it will be because he's going to try something that ain't going to work. But him doing the underlap thing, bro, and then Salah not getting out of his way or not making an option for it. If you lose the ball and it's transition, Bradley's actually fast. But it just so happens that in the Prem, all the left wingers are rapid, bro. and they dust you, bro. And then when you're out of position, you get that Leal business where you grabbing elbows and that, holding ankles.
Savage, it's preseason. The lactate didn't lactate yet. You know what I'm saying?
My bad. I'm just saying, bro. Because Cav was championing. I think all of us Ray Bradley anyway.
Me and Cav
champion Bradley. Yeah. And he looks like he's grown into a man more now, and he seems a bit assured of himself. And it's almost like, but I'm not a you on the team. I'm actually, and I'm watching, and I'm like, he's got bare quality, bro. Like he's got so much. But if he gets ahead of himself and excited like Trent did in that spot, and then you don't have someone who's gonna, as Salah said, I'm not tracking back for shit, bro. So he ain't got no one to even he ain't even got no one to even try and help him, bro. Yeah, that gap's there, bro. And then you know what we're relying on again? Kanate's hamstrings, bro. Yeah. And I ain't trying to see that. Now with Frimpong, obviously he's got that recovery pace on it, so it might help him out a little bit. But you can have all the recovery pace in the world, but if a left winger's really rapid as well, and he's got a head start, you screwed, you finished.
Yeah. And you're in the 18-yard box, and the winger's
Depending on how fast he does the underlap and the overlap, he might actually just run off the pitch.
You know, that always kills me because I always see the wingers are like, I've seen the guy run overlap you. You don't give it, we lose it, and then the guy from there he's bursting along.
The smartest team against us is Arsenal. Arteta changed it every time. I watched this. Even on the highlights, he will always leave Martinelli up, bro, if that happens against Liverpool. He's like, okay, I know what I'm just going to leave Martinelli on the wing because he's rapid, bro. And we saw it, man. That would cause us bare problems.
Yeah.
Smart football.
Yeah. I suppose you said his name. What remains to be seen next season is life without Trent. Because we can't, instantly what we lose is them long passes, long accurate passes. And if we take that away, I know Virgil does it over to Salah, a bit different. Take that away and we move towards a team that builds up with a lot more passes, right? That means that as we get closer to the 18-yard box, most of our team are up as well. So if we lose it there, we might have loads of people behind us. At least when Trent was hitting the raking pass, only 2-3 people were up there to make something happen with it.
Even the breakaway, the long Hollywood pass when it worked, he's up the pitch instantly, bro. Like instantly, the ball's gone up to Diaz and everyone can catch up with him. Now it's like what you said, the build-up play. Mad. Yeah.
Well, trust the man, then, bro. We gotta trust him on the ball.
We gotta trust him for real because Trent conversion was never great, man. He's my guy in that, but we need to stop acting like the conversion rate was up. When it's off and when it comes off, it's a beautiful thing. Well, let's keep it a buck now that he's gone. We can speak from the heart. It's my guy. Man's passing accuracy at the end of games would be like 42%, 37%. Yeah,
that's because he got lower because he started to get too Hollywood, didn't it?
No, definitely. But what I'm trying to say is we're gonna lose that, cross merchant just constantly giving it away. Him trying something that's not coming off. We used to overlook it because we know when one of them comes off, something's gonna happen. You know what I'm trying to say, bro? I'm tired of seeing man with some weak ass corners. We're like, why does Sabazalai go on corners? So losing Trent. I mean, the way it happened, I got it.
You're gonna lose something and gain something, and you're gonna lose Trent.
Yeah. So, but Trent was one of our main turnover guys.
Yeah.
But we overlooked it.
Bro. Trent was doing Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, bro. Every time they make that pass, it ain't making it in. But when it does, touchdown, bro.
Yeah. So
I think we'll have a lot more consistency and in terms of where the pass is because it'll be closer. There should be less mistakes now.
I'm going to agree with tomorrow we start and Bradley starts slanging the Hollywood pass, boy.
I'm boycotting him, fam.
Hey, imagine he gets him in top and sprays all that to gap for us.
I got that 12
I got a question for you, Cav, based on what you're expecting, and I'm going to be putting this under the microscope. You see the way you're talking about this new style and what you like to see going into the new season. I don't know if Elliot and Curtis can get to that level. I'd love to see them both get there. But the way Elliot moves, he play like my pro clubs player, cutting it back.
No, that's disrespectful to Elliot, bro.
Yeah, it doesn't.
No, Elliot's a cutback merchant.
No, but
CJ's a hole in the ball too long merchant.
He has zero power in his foot when your pro club.
So we know Elliot for the shot power. Bro, Elliot, bro,
joke aside, why has your guy got no calves?
Because I'm building them up.
Yeah, hold on. I'm a defend Sabiri here and the rest of us. Hence, when we start playing clubs, right, your guy's already 95 rated. So you need to remember that it takes time to get there. Sabiri, what rating is your guy?
Do you know, to prove a
87.
point, I'll make my guy this. I'll take off I'll make him the same, and I'll guarantee you my shot power will be more.
Well,
you
my
can
guy
do that.
isn't a
You can do
striker,
that.
he's a
You
winger.
can do that, but-
I put all my thing down to the exact same level as his, and I guarantee I'll get in the box and I won't.
But my guy is a creative winger.
So what does that mean?
Wait,
He's a
so you
winger.
guys don't want a
He is
creative
a
winger in
winger
the
by
team?
position.
All right, I'll just
That
leave and
is-
go to a team that requires a creative winger. You
They're
know how
gonna
many
get more
times my
creative.
guy,
I mean-
you know how many assists I could get a game if certain man wasn't being wasteful? Oh, we're not going to talk about that.
All right, let's.
That's so nice. That's
Now,
so
but back to Elliot and Curtis. Like I said, for me, if I'm wrong, safe. But I look at those two as, yeah, they're quality players, quality bench players, impact players, can do a job. Curtis holds it too long for me sometimes, which goes against what you're looking for. And Elliot, cutback guy, always cutting it back.
Yeah, I think I'm quite excited about Curtis, to be honest with you, because I think you need players with freedom to unlock the freedom of other players, and I think that's what my hope is for Florian Wirtz. Is he comes in and is like, I'm not doing this sideways passing. I'm playing that through ball. I'm giving it you with tempo and pace on your strong foot, and you can see from my face and my body language that I want it back as well. You know, you can see from the way I'm playing that I want to bounce passes off you. I want to turn. I want you when I've turned this defender, you to then play it into and give it back, or I'm gonna play the ball in front of you, knowing you need to run onto it. Give messages with your passes. We speak about it all the time, right? And I want Florian Wirtz to be the player that comes in and says, McAllister, you're a hard worker, but you're a technically good footballer as well. So let's see a bit more of it. Gravenberch, you can do the turn, right? But what we're going to do after it, I'm going to release you a little bit more. And I just think that Curtis Jones and the type of personality that he is, I think he'd be so excited to get into this team and play with these players that are more closer together, intricate, technical, want to play at a quicker tempo and link up together. Because I actually think that's the side of his game that gets lost because of what he's had to do to make his way in this Liverpool side. Made so on the clock, because when you think about it, he played next to James Milner, Jordan Henderson, and Wijnaldum and the other players. Yeah, great, but he ain't bouncing passes off of them. He ain't doing 1-2s. They ain't progressing up the pitch together. You know, they're not doing little flicks and rondos and whatever it is, are they? In the game, they literally get the touch, look up, play that pass. It's got to go forward. You don't always need to go forward. It can go side to side as long as you're moving the opposition around and it's got tempo and it's making something happen. You know, so I think that's the reason why he has kind of held onto the ball so much, because the options haven't always been there for him to be free. You know, and I do think that the next season, hopefully he stays fit. Hopefully he gets given a chance. But actually, I can see him kind of releasing the ball quicker, and I can see the shackles coming off a little bit, and I can see the little flicks and the little turns and stuff that we see in moments. I mean, there was the goal against, was it Spurs last season, where he just kept hold of the ball. He was running and running, and I won't shoot yet, won't shoot yet, won't shoot yet, and then just rolls it into the bottom corner. It looks incredible. He's got the ability. We've seen it so many times, but he's going to need the players around him that are like-minded, and I think he's probably got that now with the addition of Florian Wirtz. And so I'm quite excited about that version of Curtis Jones. Elliot, I don't think he's got that quickness of mind as such. I think he's one where it's like short, accurate passing, which is great, but and he's got that. He tries that little dink in the box, and on occasion he'll take an extra touch and try to get a shot away. But I don't think he's got and I could be wrong, I don't think he's got the variety in his game like Curtis Jones has. And I think that's going to be his limitation for us. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really see a future for Elliot at Liverpool now, to be honest with you. I think he'll be a bit part player, and I think he will contribute in moments. But I actually see Curtis Jones, if he gets it right, being a guy that you can't get out of the side. And I genuinely think he can be somebody that's like Florian's in there, McAllister's in there, but Szoboszlai, Gravenberch and Jones, pick between them, because they're probably all offering. And I do. I'm excited. It's what I'm trying to say about Curtis Jones, because I think that there's personality in that player.
Yeah, I agree already, man. CDL, bro. He's got it, bro. Because I don't know what slot football is yet, and I can only go off what I've seen. Then Harvey doesn't really fit. He doesn't really. If he changes the game, he changes something, and then all of a sudden it works out for Harvey. Great, I would prefer that. But at the moment, no. For me, CJ can play any type of football, and I said it in the last preseason game as well. When you've got Mandem making room and moving for Curtis to pass the ball to, he'll pass the ball, bro. Yeah, you probably don't need to hang on to the ball and wait and retain you could just give it to Virgil and get it back. That's his problem. It's not so much not getting the ball forward and holding onto it. It's not causing us not to break because he's held onto the ball. It's you're holding onto the ball because it's not a position to pass the ball to someone. Just give it back to Virgil and move. Give it back and move. And he doesn't do it enough. But as soon as we've got ballers around him now. I mean, I'm so interested to see one game with him, McAllister, and Wirtz. I just want to see how the bopping is. They're all of that same ilk and that.
You kind of seen it slyly when Curtis.
Yeah.
Man. And then he done the little out wide and dummied it, a little flick, and then Flo kind of.
I think he's an intelligent footballer, Curtis. I mean, I do. Anytime you think of the best time we've seen Curtis, obviously the thing would always used to be, you had a few good games and then you got injured. But every time I've seen him, it's because we've been doing that, but then we resort back to the boring stuff after. You know what I mean? He gets 40. We've seen him do, not often, but the late break into the box run that none of our midfielders seem to ever do. Ever. That's what he was doing when he was playing good.
And that's when he was at his best, innit? When he was doing that.
Yeah. And then when his confidence builds, you know what happens then? So
goals.
But I don't blame anyone who's like, honestly, even though that's my guy, I don't blame anyone who's like had enough of him and Harvey now, because you probably feel like he's been around long enough and you haven't seen enough. That's fine. Especially when now you got the shiny new toy in Rio that everyone feels like they've seen enough after one game. Of course, now the other ones seem like, but everyone has to remember different players, different times, different games. So we'll have to see what happens in it. But I do hope something goes well for Harvey. If it doesn't work out at Liverpool, hopefully he does somewhere else. But yeah, man.
I'll ask you guys this question then. Obviously, Nunez looks like he could be potentially going Saudi or AC based on the reports coming out today and yesterday. Who else in the team you think should be sold now? That could go along with that.
And getting no players in, really.
No, we'll get players in, but I mean, do you think you don't see a future?
No, what I mean is, because if they're bit part players, why do you need to replace them just for the sake of
the two for me would be Elliot and Simicast, and I think we'll keep Robbo for like that leadership with Kirkes type of thing, and it'll be a good, Robbo to Kirkes younger, more energy, so then Kirkes will just come in as the understudy, then replaces Robbo full on when he goes. So I can see Simi going for that reason, or I can also see Robbo going for that reason. It's just Kirkes and Simi, but I think it'll probably be Simi and then Elliot. Those are the two that I can see leaving. Chiesa, I don't think it's the right time for Chiesa to leave. I mean, we probably could still command a 20 mil for him, 25 mil. And that's a profit that I'll gladly take. But other than that, I think that's all that there is. Everybody else is like youth. So,
I think there's going to be probably two of the first squad anyway, because with people coming in, that means the people who are starting go to the bench. So one of the midfielders, if you just count that Curtis is already going to be the bench, one of the midfielders is going to go to the bench now, because now Wirtz is there. Yeah. So everyone's saying to Bosley, let's just go with that, even though I don't think he should not play. But so he goes onto the bench. There's only 9 spots on there. There's going to be a goalkeeper on the bench. We already know there's going to be a right back and a left back on the bench. Brother, I don't know. Probably, to be fair, what Zabir said is probably about right, to be fair. Although at the moment, I would say Chiesa and Simicast, not Chiesa and not Simicast and Harvey, because Harvey still offers more than Chiesa. So, that's what I'd go with. And then if you talk about the other midfielders with Trey, and if Rio comes in, then there's another spot to go as well. So,
yeah. What about Besetic?
He's injured. That's one of that's one of Rand. That's what you can't do. But that's why I don't want him out to come at all.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I didn't realise he was injured. That's just me not keeping up. But I thought he'll do a job in midfield. We'll develop. can probably take attributes from every midfielder we've got
Yeah,
in his
yeah,
game. And also, if really need to be, cover some other positions in the defence as well. I'd much rather see him as centre back for a game rather than Robbo. So so hopefully he's still around as well.
It wasn't the way. It wasn't like he just got an injury. He just went and got his surgery. I think that's what it was.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully we get to see him a little bit next season.
How many signings do you think we should hopefully get in before the end of this window? Don't have to give me names. Just how many you think we should try and get into, and then we're kind of like, cool, we're good with this.
Two.
Yeah, two. Yeah, in agreement. Yeah, forward and a defender.
Yeah.
Sam just said it then. If we're relying on United's hamstrings and they don't hold up, what are we left with? That is a real concern.
No, we're left with Gravenberch back there.
Gravenberch, bro. That's what's gonna.
Wasn't I telling you, man? That we'll put Gravenberch back there. Hendo can go back there. It's not sexy options. I get it, but having one more takes the pressure off them two men going in there.
It's fine as long as he doesn't have to stay there.
Yeah.
But based on our injuries, they'll have to stay there. If Joey's injured, you're staying at centre back. If Konate injured, you're staying at centre back. And I don't want to see them for a prolonged period at centre back. Half an hour in a game, a young goal, someone got sent off, Gravenberch's gone back there, safe. Games, bruv. And then we can't even choose what games they are, bro.
Yeah.
And then we run like Newcastle.
Man's back there for days into weeks, bro.
That's a month.
No months. 2 months at centre back is crazy.
Bro, just Jokeris and Cunha and that to bully man, bro.
Bro. Let's get to this super chat and then we'll wrap up the stream. But big up to everyone in the chat. We're close to that 300 like target that we set. Marcus, appreciate the super chat. This is the only channel I see Slate Slots playing style. Why?
When? Wait, before man said why. When? I raised your why to when.
I'll agree with him. I said it was boring. It is. And what?
We scored the most.
No, but that's not slating it. That's the truth.
Defense. Y'all would rather a 4-3 than a 2-0.
Probably. Well, you're probably right.
No, I'll take the 2-0, but we're not going to act like the 2-0 was an exciting 2-0. I've told you, I've seen the 2-0 and I went straight back to bed. That's how comfortable I was.
Because the 2 goals probably come after the 80th minute. So, you'd wait that. Do you know, let me answer it this way. Our Slate Slots playing style, I don't think there is a style, to be honest with you. Not from what we've seen at the minute. Right? I know that won't be true. Of course he's got ideas. Of course he's got a style. We've just not seen it enough yet to know that is the style. But we're not slating the manager. He has done an incredible job as I know we call him head coach, but everything he's had to deal with, taking over from Clark, managing a side that isn't really his, making in-game changes, everything else that's gone in and on and around the club over the course of the season. He did an incredible job. But when it comes down to just the conversation about playing style, we didn't see it last season. So therefore, we have to critique it. And we're always saying this, next season, we want to see that style. We want to see an evolution of this team. We don't want to be a side that we're watching for 90 minutes and 60 of them look like we don't really know what we're going to do to score a goal. We want to start games and look at it and go, we're going to score at any minute here. At any point in this, we're going to score. Okay, this is a period of time where we're just keeping our foot on the ball and controlling it. Cool, I'm good with that as well. But then at some point, we're going to get back to, okay, that's that pattern again. That's getting them into them areas. Oh, I missed that chance, but it's getting in. And we start to see regularity because you need identity as a team. And you can't just be the side that's, what's the saying? A jack of all trades, but master of none. I don't want us to be that. I don't want us to have every ability possible, but never home in on a style or an identity in our side. And our identity, I guess, probably is just that we never give up and we find a way and all this and that and this and that. But I mean, footballing identity, playing identity, what do the players when they step out on that pitch think they need to do? What areas do they need to target? What players do they need to get into particular positions? Am I playing a long game, short game? Is the grass roughed up? Is this team physical? Are we going physical? Are we going to bop it around them and just ride their press? And that's the sort of things that we just need to be able to see more from this side. I want us to be able to come up against Everton in a derby and think, we know what Slot's going to do here. They want to be aggressive. They want to be strong. They want to battle in midfield. We've got to keep it at midfield there. We've got to play down the wings. And guess what? We know what we can play down the wings. We know what we'll get from Frimpong. We know what we'll get from Kirkes in them respects. And then we're going to push Salah more centrally. Like, we just want to understand better. That's all. But it's time. It's time. We've not seen enough of a slot and a slot side to know it yet. So it may be a premature conversation, but look, it's a conversation nevertheless.
And to kind of add to that, Cav, listen, we're always going to keep it real no matter what. You know, if your emotions can't handle it, this is what we do on this channel. We say how it is and we don't glaze it. We're not going to do that. If it's not good, we're going to tell you it's not good. If it's great, we'll tell you it was great. Yeah. But we won't base our opinions based on the emotion of the chat. We'll tell you how we feel and how we saw the game, and you guys can do the exact same thing. So maybe the other channels, they'd just lie to you, because hand on heart, you guys are not going to sit there and tell us that every game we played last season, you were mad excited. You probably picked 5 games out of a whole season. Liverpool played close to like 60 games. 5 games out of 60 games, you can't tell me that, we was excited and the football was great. No, it was great in moments. It was great for 5 games or for 90 minutes. But the rest of the time, we stunk the place up when Salah bailed us out. The honesty is there. That's what we get.
I'm confused, bro. Man said he disagreed with you and then proceeded to say the exact same thing I said when I was telling you, man, what Slot's tactics was. Man said we built through the middle, take it to the wings. Bro, I said that earlier in the stream. I don't know when you joined, but
that's what happens. But listen,
that's why I asked the question when, because I'm like, bro, you're agreeing with me then. So how is this channel? Yeah, it makes no sense. But
every fan's entitled to, their opinion, and if they just want to win, if they just want to do the spirit thing on particular games, they trust the team and crack on with their day and their lives, that's fine. Other people want to watch the football and see good football, and all of us want to see good football and win. Like, I'm going down to Anfield on the first game of the season. I'm driving 3 hours there, 3 hours back. I am not sitting there watching Liverpool play side-to-side football for 90 minutes and winning 1-0 at the end of it. I'd much rather get a little bit more entertainment for all that time and effort. So I don't understand why we're the biggest club in England signing £100 million players, and that can't be the expectation, not only to win, but play good football and be entertained as well. We have one of the most forward-thinking, exciting coaches with the team. Why can't that be our expectation? Why can't we put that as the level on this team? It should be the case. We all talk about owners' ambitions. Where's the fans' ambition? And that's what we need.
Hey, Club, stick a pin right there, because I got something else I need to talk about when it comes to ambition. I see man doing 6 streams a day, bro. Where's the pro club's ambition? You're telling me you're going on all these channels and you can't just stick up a man and say, yo, come run this pro clubs.
I tried, bro.
Man's just training every day on pro clubs, bro. We ain't got nobody to slap, bro. We can't get a pro clubs tournament with the other men, them, bro. Or the men them that's scared of the pro clubs team, bro.
I've tried, man. I've tried.
All right, I hear it.
I've tried. Some men say they don't have a console. Some men saying they don't know if we're any good. Some people are saying they're like, we don't know if we're any good. Like, those are the conversations, bro. I've tried. Like, they're just, you know what I mean? They're not on it, man. But maybe in the chat, some of you guys might have a pro clubs team and you guys want to get yourself whooped. Yeah, let us know in the comment section after, man. Throw your team name in there, we'll add you and we'll play you. But as long as man ain't doing slipper foot shots in the box, we're good. Sam, big up.
Wait, I will take Sabiri's slipper foot shots.
Hey, he didn't say it was me. Yeah, wait, what do you say it was me? Bro.
Yeah, good. Sabir, come on. We always keep it real with each other. Like, we've got to hold each other accountable. It's how we grow and develop it. One thing we can't do is grow and develop when our captain just kicks off and decides to just try.
That was once.
So,
That was once. So apologies. That was once. And I apologize for it. I grew from it. It was a learning moment for me. So I apologize.
I mean, you say you've grown from it, but like, let's see. Because I think that was last time we played. So
yeah, that's horrible, man.
No, it wasn't last time. It was the time before that. Let's not do that.
Okay. Apologies. Then we'll take it that you've grown because you've not kicked off this time.
And the last time and then we played, when the guys weren't available. And didn't I say let's stay in? And Sav came and laughed at us because we was losing, and then said, "Rah, you man," and no one quit. And I was like, no.
Yeah, it's what man can't laugh, bro. That's learned behavior, bro. I'm used to you quitting, so when I jumped in and you're still there, I was shocked. That's all.
You know what? Probably the only reason we stayed in that game was because Eds realised I can't quit. After last week, I can't quit. I gotta stay in.
Gotta stay in the humble and just hold that humbling, boy. But yeah, tomorrow, what's coming up, guys? Tomorrow preview, and then the fans call in as well. So a lot of you guys have a lot to say in the chat. Tomorrow's a call-in day. After the game, call in and let us know how you feel. Let's see if you're brave enough. Let's see if you're honest enough to say it with your chest, man. But big up to Cav, big up to Zibiri. Sav, are you doing the watch along tomorrow?
Oh, yeah, but there's two of them, innit? So I'm doing one of them.
What do you mean it's two of them? You're either doing
We're
it or
playing
you're not
two
doing
games.
it.
It's back-to-back games, bro. I didn't cut out for one. That's not what I signed up for, bro.
So basically, according to the chat, you're not a fan then.
I couldn't give a damn what anyone thinks. I'm committing to one, and the other one is possible, bro. That's what it is at the moment.
So it's one and a possible.
I'm doing the first one. Was it 5 p.m.?
Is that the first 5 p.m. is the first one?
I'm doing the first one. After that, blood. Hey, listen.
What's the other one? Like 8 o'clock or something like that?
Yeah. So,
We'll
So
be
hence
watching.
you're doing two call-ins.
exactly.
Yeah.
So he's saying, should we watch the whole? Nah, if
You went on that real fans.
I guess so. But if we watch we do the first one, right? As long as he doesn't do
No,
the
see, the logical fan would think
yeah.
Savage would do the watch along, Ends do the call in. Savage run back another watch along, Ends run back. Like that's how it plays out. Like that's what the community.
Now, that sounds stupid. Then what wouldn't, if I was gonna do it, it would make more sense to do both watch alongs and then just do one call in.
One call in at the end.
What about that?
Nah, man, you mind trying to do that discount?
Man, do
streaming
separate
thing,
call-ins, bro. For what reason? Is it gonna be?
Because most people probably won't even care about the next game because they probably won't have none of the first teamers in it. It'll be just random guys. Guys are like,
Nah,
right,
man, you gotta hold on the whole team, man. Even the fringe man them in that, bro.
Might even see Calvin Ramsey tomorrow, bro. That's how bad it is.
Yeah,
So I'm
but
signing
he's still
for-
here.
Don't do that. Don't diss him.
Nah, sorry, that was mad bad, didn't it? My bad. But you might see him tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. I wish we knew in advance what teams are playing in it, but listen, it is what it is, bro.
Yeah, because then you can be like, all right, that's the 11 with the subs, and then this is the 11 with the subs, and you go, oh, okay, there's some interesting players on both teams. Because if you turn it on, it's just academy guys, and then the fringe guys you don't care about. Like Chiesa will play tomorrow.
How many games have we got left before the season starts?
That's it. Those
Just
two,
gonna-
and then the Palace
Yeah, I
game,
think after those two, it goes
Palace.
Oh.
and then the season starts.
and then the season starts.
Well, if this is one of the games, it better be the first team then. Just
That's
the
what
whole-
I'm thinking,
It
innit?
will
Tomorrow will
be.
be the first
Yeah,
team, innit?
it will be.
90 minutes is one, no subs, blood.
Yeah.
Run into the ground and that.
No, don't. We can't run them in.
Run into the ground. We need to learn how to-
Because they get the lactate flowing in there.
Yeah. Run into the ground, bro.
No, they'll play a lot. I think they'll play a lot longer as well, innit? Most of them. And then, yeah, but listen, preview tomorrow can chop it up, man. But guys, appreciate you guys as always. But yeah, preview tomorrow, watch along. Probably be one in it. One watch along, one preview, one call in. And then the other game is going to be Fringe, man. We'll just watch that in the comfort of our home.
So
Because if
would
it's
you say-
stinky,
So you don't want to save the call until after the second one, where we can chop up maybe some fringe man getting promoted and getting some more minutes in it.
could be a good idea, Zubiri.
Yeah, because what if Trey and them man is on the second game? Rio's on the second game, not the first game. You see
Yeah,
what I'm
we
trying
got-
to say?
All right. Could do that. I think by then, makes sense. All right, we'll try that.
What are you saying? If I don't do the Overwatch, how are you going to do it? You care about everyone that much, bro, then I don't know what's the problem. Just saying.
Yeah, as I said, turn on the notification bell, and you guys will see what. Man, but listen, guys, as always, my love, man. Let's go on. Hopefully, Savage is allowed that we can go and play some pro clubs because we need all four of us today. I think for the harmony, for the squad to do well, I think we need everyone.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm allowed that still, but
All right, we'll knock back in half hour to an hour and see what's going on. Man said stream the pro clubs only if Sav is available. If he's not, then I won't do it.
don't put
I
it
need-
on me, bro.
No, I need all of us. No, I'm just saying, innit? It'll make sense if all of us, because then it's fun, innit? All of us
I probably won't be out. Probably won't be able to, man. But do it anyway, because then everyone can see you disrespect to the team, blood, and how you speak to people live.
Nah, this is Hollywood ends, bro. He'll just put on an act and get into character.
We're saying you're gonna put the Match Bingo voice on him.
Yo, you see that day you jumped in? You see that day, no, you see that day you jumped in, Savage. You know what the man said when we jump on, bro? Yeah, positive things. Hey, Zabir, man, I'll be honest, man. I'm proud of you, man. You've been doing really good. I was like, hey, yo.
Ends is grown. Ends is commercialized now. He can't talk to people like that.
Was like giving positive statements. I was just like, this is weird. I'm not used to this. Like, I'm used to coming in, getting abused, talked down to.
Yeah.
It was pure positivity in there.
It was nice though. You know, when we finished playing, I went hopping and skipping around the house. I just felt light. You know.
Yeah, you lot got your memory's dead because you remember what happened after, bro. We nearly got relegated. Had to save ourselves, bro.
Yeah, but we were happy.
Who's happy? Sam?
Oh, I just remembered what happened. And do you remember what Cav did? What he did at the end of the game.
Yo, in the middle of the park and
End stream.
Oh yeah, sorry. People, catch you tomorrow, man.